that? Yeah, I thought you would. Shut up.
Cannon Busters is a bit of an odd beast. An adaptation of the short-running American comic book of the same name, it is nonetheless animated by a Japanese anime studio. This makes it the newest of Netflix's ever-growing pantheon of shows that blur the line between anime and cartoon. The result is something that absolutely feels like an anime, though interestingly, an anime from the late 90s rather than today. Cannon Busters takes the everything but the kitchen sink approach to its world building. Technology, androids, and mecha? Check. Magic, demi-humans, and monsters? Got those too. Is there a pink Cadillac that turns into a giant robot with a bull's head and runs on quarters? Of course there is. This chaotic jumble is then assembled into something akin to 90s space western classics Trigun and Outlaw Star. But even then, it's a world with no rules, limited only by imagination, which turns out to be a bit of a double-edged sword. On one hand, you never know what the next episode will bring. On the other hand, it's a world with little to no tension. With both futuristic tech and magic, it's impossible to know what is truly threatening and what is not, especially since our three main heroes are technically immortal. Cannon Busters is the story of Sam, a friendship android, Casey, an out-of-date engineering robot, and Philly the Kid, the most wanted man in the Badlands. Across a series of loosely connected, standalone adventures, the three of them search for Sam's lost master, Kelby, the prince of a recently destroyed technological kingdom. Sam serves as the comedic center of the show. As a friendship android, she views everything with the kindest possible interpretation. But beneath it all, she's a truly caring personality that seems to go beyond her simple programming and approaches something far more human. Casey, on the other hand, is the heart of the show. She's a robot who is obsolete and knows it, but more than anything, she wants to prove that she is still useful. Accumulating junk throughout the show, trying to fix things rather than discard them, Casey is a reflection of her own fears. She doesn't want to be left broken and abandoned, so she can't do that to other machines.
This girl can use a tune-up, couldn't you, horsey? And a new paint job, and new tires, and a new Gatling gun.
And then there's Philly. Cursed to be brought back to life every time he dies, his thoughts are focused on the immediate: food, sex, and safety, often in that order. He has no real aim in life other than to not be painfully murdered, something that happens with alarming frequency once he teams up with Sam and Casey. As a gag character, he's enjoyable enough. When his backstory enters the picture, things start to go wrong. Halfway through the series, he suddenly remembers that he has a vested interest in Sam's search, but since that obviously wasn't important for the first half of the season, it's hard to feel the weight of that narrative later on. Still, the adventures of Sam, Casey, and Philly are fun, especially in such an unpredictable world filled with excellently choreographed action. Unfortunately, they're not the only characters we follow. A notable chunk of the season is spent following Prince Kelby as he, along with the head of his royal guard, flees his burning kingdom. Kelby is your typical sheltered and spoiled prince. He has a good heart and big ideas, but little to no real-world knowledge. Of course, this would be fine if he actually grew as a character of the season. Unfortunately, he doesn't. From start to finish, he makes foolishly impulsive decisions that are, for the most part, ignored by other characters. His only real narrative importance is derived from the fact that Sam cares for him. As she is the show's most enjoyable character, we don't want to see her hurt, but that's not really enough to justify all the time we spend with him.
I always help lost robots who get killed. It's one of my favorite things!
Cannon Busters is the anime equivalent of a popcorn flick. It seems to have no greater message and no greater themes to explore. The show focuses on comedy and action, and thankfully, it does both rather well. If you want to indulge in some late 90s space western anime nostalgia, you'll have a blast, but the series doesn't make full use of its potential in the first season. For more animation reviews, check out what we thought of Rocko's Modern Life, Static Cling, and why you should watch OKKO Let's Be Heroes right now. And as always, be sure to subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.
Gamescom is the biggest gaming event on Earth, and IGN at Gamescom Now is bringing it to you live all week long. We've got exclusive gameplay, demos, cosplay, esports, and so much more. If you can't be here in person, IGN at Gamescom Now is the next best thing. IGN Live at Gamescom is presented by Alienware. Alienware. We're game.